Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Reiki with Anna. Let's all take a deep breath. For this video, I wanted to create a hopefully relaxing Reiki session by proxy with an ASMR style for loneliness and for isolation. It's kind of a crazy time, and I had a few different videos and Reiki session videos that I had planned to release. But as everything has been a little bit topsy-turvy with COVID-19, this social distancing and everything surrounding the outbreak of this virus. So I decided that I would be most useful to you all, I hope, by creating a video that affects all of us. Many of us are practicing social distancing. Many of us are self-quarantined or quarantined by your governments. And I just felt like, because this is so prevalent and here and in the collective and universal, that I felt like I wanted to address it. So the other sessions that more pertained to your comments and were a direct reaction and response to your comments, I'm going to put those on hold for a moment, if that's okay with you. I was speaking with a friend of mine who actually, one of the videos that I've postponed is a video that I made with her. She's a yoga teacher and owns a yoga studio in upstate New York. I was speaking to her the other day, and she said it's pretty great that, or one kind of way to spin this and see the silver lining or a bright side of this time is taking the thing that sometimes, very often, can distance us from other people, technology. When you're with somebody and they're on their phone, or that's the example she gave, that we can use that as a way to connect with people. And she's not the biggest fan of technology, so I thought that was really special that she shared that. And I think it's a great way of looking at it. For a long time, that's the way I've seen YouTube, and your comments down below, the comment section of these videos, is such a beautifully supportive space, and that's you. And thank you so much for being present for each other and supporting each other and being kind to me and each other. People have commented saying, wow, this comment section is so supportive, and so thank you just so much. And what I'd like to encourage you to do, if you feel called to, is please, I would love to continue to facilitate that kind of connection. Please use the comments down below to share how you're feeling at this time. Whether you are quarantined, whether you are, such an intense word, whether you are social distancing, whether you are feeling isolated, feeling lonely, if you're feeling scared or sad or worried, all totally valid feelings. Or if you're not feeling any of that, if you're feeling like, it doesn't feel like it's affecting me as much. I mean, no matter what you're going through, I would love to hear your experience and how you feel and all of that down in the comments. And let's just use this as a place to connect with each other, because this video is all about, connection, making that connection. And for anybody who's feeling lonely out there, I know if you talk to us about it down below, maybe you'll feel a little bit less lonely. I'm sure people can relate. So, just some chats at the beginning of this before I get into our session. Before we begin this session, I'd like to show you my stones. So, a few of you liked the way I did it in my previous video, and a few of you liked the way I've been doing it. So, I'll just go back and forth. And I decided to keep my bracelets on from the previous video. So you'll be hearing a little bit of jingle jangle. Many of you seemed to like that, because if you're listening to it without seeing it, then you know when I'm moving my hands. I thought that was a clever little comment. So first up, we have selenite. And selenite is a beautiful stone of purification and cleansing. It is self-cleansing, which is great, because that means that you don't have to worry about any icky energy being stuck to it. As many of you know who've been here before, I use selenite in almost every one of my videos. It's one of my favorite stones. And I find these wands incredibly helpful and useful during Reiki sessions. That's the first one. Next up, we have hematite and snowflake obsidian. They're both great for protection, for grounding. They're also great for cleansing negativity. Because of its magnetic properties, hematite is great for balancing yin and yang energies. And snowflake obsidian helps bring balance to our bodies by drawing emotions to the surface so that we can deal with them. Red jasper is a great stone of empowerment, of healing, and of courage. It also helps us ground our spiritual energies, and it can really help us tap into our own strength. Unakite is a beautiful stone of nurturing and caring. It can also help release unwanted emotional patterns. It's associated with compassion and kindness. Unakite is also a stone of unity, combining two different elements, heart and mind. It's also associated with releasing anger and resentment. It's just a great stone for working together. And now rhodonite and rhodochrosite, both beautiful love stones, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance, self-love, self-care. A few of these I'm going quicker through because we've covered them before, but I love using these stones. Now sodalite, a beautiful stone of truth, of self-expression and communication. I thought it would be helpful here to communicate to people what you might need when you're feeling lonely. And amethyst. This is a great stone for so many things: peace, stability, calm. It's also very protective. And I love to use it as well for this feeling of connection. When I use it with the third eye, it's great for balance and connection. And it's very emotionally calming. And howlite. Howlite is such a peaceful stone. I like to use it quite a lot. I've been drawn to it a lot lately, and it's very calming, very soothing, relaxing stone. It gives off a very gentle energy. Rose quartz, another beautiful love stone. Wonderful for just inviting the kind of gentle love that we need right now. And Kambaba jasper. This stone has a beautiful fluidity to it, and I think it's very helpful during times of transition and transformation. It's very soothing. Ruby and fuchsite is a great stone for loving humanity, loving the whole of humanity, and for unity as well. It's also a very, very soothing and peaceful stone. Mookaite. Mookaite is a beautiful stone. It's really so gentle and so tender, and I love to use it for increasing and encouraging flow. Very gentle flow. It's also a very joyful stone, joyful and soothing. Okay, now that you've seen what stones we're going to be working with, I'm going to be lighting some incense and setting our intention today. I have just a little tiny incense. I haven't been shopping in a while, so. It's also raining here, so you might be hearing some rain, and I hope that just adds to the coziness of this. It's a little piece, but it'll do the job. So let's set our intention. On behalf of your wisest, most empowered selves, in loving comfort and perfect balance, I would like to conduct this Reiki session by proxy to support you during times of isolation, when you're feeling lonely. For carving out connections, being open to them, and for patience. Could all use a little bit more patience, right? Okay. I'm just going to draw the sacred Reiki symbols just beneath the camera here. Just kind of outside of your heart center. And just kind of clear the air a little bit. Just very gently swirling the remainder of this little incense stick around. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but that morning dove just wants to say that you're not alone. We're not alone. One beautiful thing about this is that we're in it together, you know? Okay. This spray is super grounding and very, very relaxing. Tea tree, lavender, clove, and cedar wood. I really hope that you can sense it. It's a really beautiful, grounding, kind of brightening scent. So we're just sort of, again, like clearing things a bit, using it to refresh the aura, the etheric field, and I'm going to spray it on either side of you. It's very swirly. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's sort of swirling in the air around you. I won't pop it close, but just place the lid on. So for this video, in addition to, balancing your chakras, scanning, clearing, and filling your aura up with beautiful, supportive energy, I also just want to be here. I want to hold space for you in this time. So many of you I know are going through so many things, and this virus, this outbreak, I don't want to use such scary terminology, but that's where we are. It's in addition to what you're going through, So can kind of, things like these can always be just a bit overwhelming, of course. But it's a really great time for self-care and self-love. Kind of letting yourself off the hook for however you're feeling. Obviously, we're all trying to respond as responsibly as possible. But no matter what you're feeling, just let yourself off the hook for it. So, I just want to hold space for you here. Be present. feel, support, hear, understand what it is that each one of you are going through. So this is just, again, I am committed to making sure that our comments and this channel in general is a safe and positive place for all of us. So please feel free, whatever you want to share. Or if you just want to talk to me during this video. I'm going to be taking my selenite wand. I thought I would use the big one today. Be taking this and combing it through your aura. And yeah, we'll start at the crown and we'll move our way down. Clearing, cleansing, purifying, so we can make room for patience, connectedness, self-love, and support too. So, as far as loneliness goes, I'm just at your throat here. I feel loneliness in my throat. I feel it in my heart center. And I think during this time, I think a lot of us are feeling a little ungrounded, uncentered, unsure. Times of uncertainty. Grounding is super important. So a lot of the stones that you saw, a lot of what I'm going to be doing is just aligning, balancing the throat, moving to the heart now. The heart, and then grounding, tapping into the root here, balancing and aligning it. So, on that note, I know many of you, most of you know this, but I feel called to mention it. So in all of these videos, I'm balancing all of your chakras without kind of being present, talking to you individually, being able to do a chakra scan. We kind of have to skip a step. And the idea is that whatever we're focusing on, we are kind of laboring under the assumption that that is the thing that's out of alignment. So we're bringing whatever the topic is for these videos into alignment. And through that, balancing your chakras. I just wanted to clarify that. I hope I made sense there. If not, we can chat about it down below. But I will also do a general, I'm happy to do a general chakra scan and balancing and all of that. It's one of the videos I was gonna do. But I just wanted you to know that that's always part of the work that we do, the Reiki. I'm just gonna get a little bit behind your head. Okay. Alright, and now feet. Root and up. Okay. I'm going to start placing the stones now, and I'm going to start with these two that I'll be placing near your root. This is a snowflake obsidian, as you saw earlier, and hematite. There are a few stones that I have that I give away very frequently. The moment I receive a new one, I find someone who seems to need it or mention something that reminds me of it. And so a stone that I give away a lot and then have to repurchase or get a new one is snowflake obsidian. I think it's just a really great protective stone, and I just think it's great. And this hematite I love for protection as well. So I wanted to place either of these on either side of your hips. For the root, that's the way I tend to do it, unless I'm doing an in-person and we're having you lie on your tummy. But typically do it that way. So placing these on either side of your hips and allowing that energy to come together. Really grounding you. Grounding your hips on either side of your hips and really sending that energy in. Not touching you, it's just around your body in perfect respect and comfort. Okay. I'm going to be placing this little red jasper on your sacral. I think this is a really great stone for loneliness. It's very comforting. So I'm placing this on your sacral. And then I'm going to be taking this mukite. And I think this stone is a great stone for support and for transitions. It's associated with water, and I just think it's great. So I'm going to be placing this at your solar plexus very gently. I have a few stones that I'd like to place at your heart center. Unakite is one of them. Such a, for me, beautiful stone of getting along with people. Harmony and union. And it's the getting along with people stone. And I really do, I use stones in my everyday life. And this stone I use whenever I'm collaborating with someone, whenever I'm working with someone, whether that's in a creative way or, if I'm working with a client or anything like that. I love using unakite. So this is just to kind of embrace that give and take, embrace our unity, embrace this we are all one. I wanted to call this in because I don't know about you. I'll share for me grocery shopping and just sensing this very natural kind of competition coming up a bit, and this feeling of if they take, then I won't have for me. And so just embracing and inviting this feeling of working together, and also working together in the sense of a lot of the sacrifices that we're having to make right now, and if this could be triggering, so please use discretion and watch this if you're feeling up for it. A delicate subject. But, a lot of us are social distancing, and we're doing this, a lot of us, for other people, right? To make sure that people that are a bit more vulnerable are not being exposed to this or maybe put into an even more vulnerable situation. So that sense of working together as well, just that understanding that seeing the bigger picture, working in harmony and working in unison is so much more powerful and more beautiful than just working for ourselves. So I'm going to be placing this at your heart center. And this video is going to be a bit chattier than my other ones. So if you're not into that, that's totally cool. But just so you know what to expect. I was watching and listening to a Tara Brach meditation, or one of her podcasts, and she spoke about how in terms of evolution, the reason that humans are sort of have evolved to where we are was always thought, this idea of the competition, survival of the fittest, and all of that, and can't remember who she's referencing, but it's inspiring. So just food for thought, and you'll have to look it up and all that kind of stuff. But just for the sake of this, was what was the quote? I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something like, human beings have survived as a species not because of our competitive nature, but rather because of our collaborative nature, our ability to work with one another. I don't know if that feels nice, but I thought that was really nice to think about. So I decided to call in a rhodochrosite and a rhodonite as well. Tons of heart stones, just little ones, gently inviting in more of this goodness, more of this unity and working together, taking care of yourself, self-care, compassion for yourself, love for yourself, compassion for others, love for others. So placing these at your heart center as well. And now I'll be placing this little piece of sodalite at your throat center. This is another one of those that I give away very often. This is a new one. So I think in terms of communication and throat chakra stuff, that is a very common place to have a lot of blockages from my experience. Tightness, holding, blockages, lack of expression or feeling sort of like you can't, speak your truth. So I really wanted to invite this just to kind of soothe, calm, and invite self-expression, communication, openness, and real connection. Also, this is, our conscious mind, what we're allowing in. So just recognizing that we have a choice what we think. Right now it can be really, really easy to go into panic mode, and instead let's choose rational thought, but also patience, understanding, and a feeling of connection, even though we are sort of separated right now, or we might be separated right now. Here we go. How lucky are we that we have this forum I feel very lucky. And now I have a little piece of amethyst. Little, it's not that little. And I'll be placing this on your third eye. So, just there. Okay. And now howlite for this calming, just calming. Okay, and this is going on your crown. Now I'm just going to draw the sacred symbols into my hands. Then we're going to do the hands-on healing. I'm going to start at your crown and we're going to work our way down, okay? On either side of your head. Throat. I'm going to do it at a distance. And now your heart center. Again, holding it my hands a bit away. I'm sending you all so much love. So much love. Solar plexus. Sacral. And your root on either side of your hips, in perfect respect for your boundaries and your comfort. Over this, if you want to imagine that I'm kind of like combing through your hair like that almost. Doing this in your etheric field, in your aura, just different kind of combing through. Try to do it slowly. Now I'm going to come from behind your neck and come out like that. And this I'm just going to be kind of clearing any from here. I'm not touching it. And then flicking it, then we'll cleanse that as well, but I'm just going to be kind of wrapping and flicking. And I'm just trying to kind of clear any of that. This is like our conscious mind sort of resides here in our throat chakra. That's the idea, the belief. And so anything that's sort of caught in here at this time, these thoughts that can go round and round during times like this, I just want to kind of clear that. This way, if it's clear, then we can decide on our thoughts, make conscious choices about what we want to invite into our mental plane that is serving us and serving those around us at this time. Hope that makes sense, but I'm going to start here and just kind of clear anything that's not serving us. Any beliefs or ideas that aren't serving us. Here. Coming together and flick. Behind. In front. Flick. And you can throw that into a flame. You can throw it into water. And then get rid of the water. I was doing this with one of my lovely clients recently. They're so lovely. Thank you to every single one of you who has reached out for a session. I know a lot of you have, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you for choosing to watch this video, for supporting me, and for reaching out and receiving, working with me. It's been really beautiful. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to spray over there just to cleanse it, So now I'm going to take Kambaba jasper and this rose quartz. Rose quartz, I think, is probably, I don't know, I think it's been an incredibly helpful stone for me at this time. I was going to say it's been the most helpful, but I think it's really, really great to just give yourself love and be able to extend love to others at a time like this. So we're going to be taking these, and I'm just going to move them through your aura. Kambaba is a great, soothing, comforting stone for transitions, for times of change, just for for acknowledging that it's a time of change, acknowledging that it's different, that it's a time of transition, and also that we can invite flow. We can search through and maybe find some beauty in this time. And if we can't, then it's there to support us while we're going through this. And again, as I always say, please take whatever serves you and please leave what doesn't. And really and truly, please, if any of this feels disempowering at all, please watch something else, find something else, because that's not my intention, and I want you to find what works the best for you. So, just here to share what is helpful for me and what I feel called to do. But there's no right or wrong. Everybody's just doing their own thing. So I'm going to start up here at your crown, and I'm going to move through here. Really, sending this energy into your aura. If you are someone who is one of the vulnerable at this time, I send you so much love and so much support. And I validate whatever you're feeling. I'm sending you so much love. I hope that you can feel it. Again, just moving down. Got a bit emotional there. Okay. Around your hips, again, not touching. Perfect respect for your boundaries. I feel very lucky for a number of reasons. I feel very lucky, very privileged, very lucky that I'm, able to continue working and that I'm able to work from home and all of that. I feel very, very lucky. And on top of that, here where I am, it's been raining. And so in a lot of ways, it's kind of easy for me to feel like it's just a cozy rainy day. And, I don't want to live in denial about it, but in a lot of ways, that's kind of a nice way to engage in self-care and self-love. Right now, maybe I should rest. Right now, maybe I should do little things to make me feel more comfortable. Including, let me invite some comfort into my headspace. Say, okay, let's do a little bit of healthy hibernation or rejuvenating rest. I want to keep these stones here, so I'm just going to place them on either side of your body, sort of on either side of your torso by your heart center, on the outside of your arms. Okay, so we're just continuing to allow that energy billow out, billow around us. Kind of creating a little sphere around us. And now I'd like to take this ruby and fuchsia, I believe, and I'm just going to be drawing the symbols and through your chakras, through your center line and through your chakras, kind of going down. This one is great for conflict resolution and seeing different perspectives and things like that. This one has I love the look of this stone, and it has a heart in it. I'm drawn to that kind of stuff, I guess, because I think I share that with you fairly often. Let's see. I don't know if I can get it in. Well, you'll have seen it. So I'm going to start here and move down. So this is, my intention with this is to invite sometimes when we're, stuck in close quarters with people, or even if you live on your own or times like these, tensions can rise, and it's nice, I think, to invite in the ability to see things from someone else's perspective. Really the beginning of compassion, right? Understanding, knowing that other people are worthy of our attention, worthy of expressing themselves, and that it's worth our time to listen and try to understand people. It's very hard, of course, especially when it's not reciprocated, or when their perspective happens to kind of threaten some of what you hold true or believe. But just kind of holding space for that, or inviting more space for that. I was just thinking, for those of you who are here more for the Reiki aspect, I'm sure some of the sound stuff might seem funny. And likewise, if some of you are just here for the ASMR, then I'm sure some of the Reiki stuff feels a little silly. And that's okay on both accounts. I think it's good to invite a little bit of silliness here. Because, this is my belief. These are my beliefs. And you might not believe them, which is totally cool. So, yeah. Holding space for all of it, though. There's room for all of us here. Okay. I'm going to take my selenite wand yet again and just comb it through one more time, starting at the crown and working our way down. The rain is so intense. I love it. And just a bit on your face, either side of your head. Just clearing any little stubborn bits that decided to cling on. Clearing anything that's not serving us at this time. Only clearing that which you're ready to release. I'm not extracting anything that you need. Just clearing things that aren't serving you. Okay. Little on either side. Little above. And at your feet. By your head. You're not getting wet or anything. Okay. All right. Before we go, I'd like to just end with the Reiki precepts before I go through and do the chakra affirmations. So these Reiki precepts I've done before, but there are 5, and they are there just as a reminder and kind of a nice little meditation to start things off during a Reiki session or close. So before our closing, now you can either repeat these after I say them to yourself or aloud, or you can just let the words wash over you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will be honest. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will be kind. Now I'm going to start at the top of your head and move my way down. And I'm going to repeat the affirmations for the chakras that I like to do to close the session. We're going to start at the crown. You are divine. Third eye. You are connected. Throat. You are expressive. You are expressive. Heart. You are loved. You are loved. You are strong. It's the solar plexus. You are strong. Sacral. You are creative. And root. Again on either side of your hips. Perfect comfort. You are safe. You are safe. I recently did a Reiki session on a friend, and she said when you said you are safe, that was so nice. I'm gonna make my husband walk around doing that to me. Thought that was cute. I just like the idea of someone walking around with their hands on someone else's hips, just going, "You're safe, you're safe." It's cute. Anyway, this is kind of an emotional video to make, but I send you all so much love. So much love and so much support at this time. Anything that you need energetically, I am sending to you. It's there for you to take. I am channeling boundless, supportive, healing energy to you. Whatever you need. Whatever kind of energy you need right now, supportive, comforting, validating, relaxing, calming, patient, grounding energy. It's yours. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, for being here, for being so supportive, and I'm just really grateful, and I feel amazing about this community, even though it's very new. So thank you so much, and please stay healthy and patient and strong and loving, kind. Okay. Until next time, be well.